Good morning, good morning. We're doing Sunday Fun Day best ball drafts today. We're going to be drafting best ball all day today. Usually what I do on my Sundays, solid chance you'll see me if you are drafted on a Sunday. We're mid-July right now. As we get closer to the season, usually around mid-August to the beginning of September, right before kickoff, and the contest probably closed before then. But usually in that mid-August range, you start to see more and more erratic teams coming in as the people who don't play best ball as much, the more recreational players, they start to join the field. They start getting excited about the NFL season, and they start drafting. This video, we're going to be talking about pivots, what to do whenever things don't fall your way, and I'm just going to point out some of the more erratic plays, things that I disagree with that I see people doing more and more often, and we'll try to keep the video within 5 minutes. This guy takes Saquon early on. Boy, is that a mistake. He is now competing with all the first rounders rather than all the second rounders like he should be, and you're already losing value by doing this. So I heavily disagree. Even if he's the top overall, if he's #1 in fantasy points, well, you lost so much value. People are going to have better value at him because they took him in the second round. So it doesn't make sense to do this. And then we go down here, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. I actually like doing this. This is a fun reach. They go at opposite ends of the board, so there's going to be less combos of them. So if you're willing to reach for them, which I've done it a few times, you could have a nice little advantage come Week 17, and they have one of the best Week 17 games. So CMC goes 6. That's me. Okay, Kenneth Walker. I don't have many combos with this. That's really the real reason why I could have got Drake London. I end up taking Drake London a lot in this situation. Not a lot of good second-round wide receivers that I agree with their ADPs with. Drake London is one guy who I do. I love taking him in the mid-second round, but I have a lot of shares of him. So I ended up taking Kenneth Walker. Devontae Smith, we're stacking the Week 17 game. Perfect. I am indifferent to Philly and San Francisco. I think they played in the playoffs last year, and they scored like 70 points. It was a lot of points scored. I expect San Francisco defense to suck. Philly defense, so-so, but they might throw more this year. That's the hope. Go to 4th round, Malik Neighbors. We get the Malik Neighbors. I'm indifferent to. The knee is obviously a big concern, but at 43, if he is okay, if he's healthy, he should probably be going in. I think he was going as early as the second round. I think he was a late second round pick whenever pre-drafts happened. Before we heard about the knee was still having issues, blah, blah, blah. He ended up with Mike Evans. This is something I've been trying to do forever. I have not had it happen where Mike Evans falls to me because I don't like reaching for these guys' ADP. I want the best ADP possible. And I haven't had this happen, but I finally got Mike Evans to fall to me. This is the dream scenario. We have CMC, Mike Evans, Devontae Smith. We can stack this with either Brock Purdy or Jalen Hurts. The reason why it could be Brock Purdy because CMC can also catch touchdowns. So that Week 17 game, we have it fully stacked. We don't even need another piece. This is going to be a rare enough combo, I think, by itself. We might be the only one with that combo. I am fine. Let's just, whenever we were building this, we said, okay, we are fine with waiting until 78 at Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts goes around 74 ADP. But with me having Devontae, I would think I could probably get him at 78. And if not, I'm willing to reach for Brock Purdy. I'm absolutely willing to reach for Brock Purdy at 91. Those are the two spots we're thinking about taking him at. We go Parker Washington next round, and this becomes super important, actually, to our pivot. But we end up taking Parker Washington the next round. And then this guy takes Jalen Hurts. Cool. And then he comes back around, and he decides to take a naked Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry, I said Jalen Daniels. He took Jalen Daniels at the 68, and then he takes Jalen Hurts at 77. This is the new players joining you. Okay, not only does he not have a stacking partner yet, he also doesn't get one. He does not have a single eagle. He just has a naked Jalen Hurts. There's going to be Jalen Hurts with one guy. If Jalen Hurts goes off, it's not going to hurt somebody. And that person has the ability to correlate him with one of his receivers if he does do it through the air. I understand that he could rush for 3 touchdowns at Week 17, but if somebody else is going to get him, and they're going to have Devontae, or they're going to have one other piece of him, and they're just going to be more likely to score more points than you in that scenario. So I hate this. I hate the naked Jalen Hurts. It's too much to spend. I hate it. But he did it. But that's fine. We could still get Brock Purdy, which you can probably already see below. We don't get Brock Purdy because this guy over here is going to take Brock Purdy. And who does he have? Nobody. He took a naked Brock Purdy, and he already has Lamar Jackson. This is the beginning players, they are starting to join the field, and I don't think he gets a single San Francisco guy either. Yeah, so he went naked, Brock Purdy. So both my quarterbacks are going naked, and they're not people that I would tend to do naked. Like the guys who truly the QBs that you can truly do naked, like Jackson Dart is fine because he doesn't throw very much at all. I think Malik Willis will be fine to do naked. Those guys don't have a high likelihood of Week 17 correlations to their wide receivers that are also going to produce week-winning weeks. Jalen Hurts, I would disagree with, and Brock Purdy, absolutely not. I mean, what are we doing? So we got screwed, unfortunately. It happens. You don't just give up, though. You keep working. So we, like I said earlier, we took Parker Washington. And then Jalen Warren, we got our third running back. I'm happy to do this. I've been doing this more and more. I won 3 running backs before the 100 pick. And the next round, Trevor Lawrence actually does fall to us, which is fine. You know, I like Trevor Lawrence at 91. I'm happy with that. We end up with Patrick Mahomes and Jackson Dart. I typically don't take 3 QBs in this situation, but when Jackson Dart fell all the way to 115, I was like, you know what? I already got Malik Neighbors. I don't have anybody for I have Kenneth Walker for Mahomes, which I am okay with. I don't think that's going to be a very own combo. It should be a very own combo because we don't think that Kenneth Walker is going to be the pass down back. But what if he was? It's very possible that he does become the 2-minute back. So, indifferent to it. But like I said, whenever Jackson Dart fell and I have Malik Neighbors, you know what? Just give me it. Just give me it, and then I end up with Jake Ferguson in the next round. We're getting that Week 17 stacking partner with Jackson Dart, and then we also have Malik Neighbors already. And then we get Keaton Mitchell. Now, that's our second one. Keaton Mitchell with Patrick Mahomes, Kenneth Walker. This is going to be a pretty rare combo. Keaton Mitchell could get through with the air, but with me having 3 QBs, it's okay if Mahomes doesn't get there in Week 17. Now we have 2 QBs that can make up the game-winning week, and maybe Kenneth Walker goes off this week, and maybe we can kind of ping-pong off that into Week 17. Maybe Mahomes goes off, and Week 15, Kenneth Walker goes off the last 2 weeks, and that's where we get our edge. So that's the idea behind getting Keaton Mitchell. I'm indifferent to it. I would have been okay with also getting a charged receiver. But this is fine. Katron Allen is my Week 17. I kept getting Washington guys sniped. Could not get a Washington guy. Antonio Williams over here went 151. That was my plan to get him. Did not work out. He went like 2-3 rounds early. I don't know exactly where he's going right now. But he went too early. And then I think that's really I think that's the last of the stacks, right? Yeah, we got Cyrus Allen later on just to have some kind of wide receiver. We pivoted. This is how you salvage a team. Tell me if you think this team is dead. Okay, CMC, Kenneth Walker, Jalen Warren, Keaton Mitchell, Katron Allen, and B-Rob. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that at running back. I think that's fine. Wide receiver, Devontae Smith, Malik Neighbors, Mike Evans, Parker Washington, Travis Hunter, whatever, and different too. Calvin Ridley. Look, you need a floor. Chris Bell and Cyrus Allen. I have no idea what Cyrus Allen is going to do, but he gets to play with Mahomes, so that's nice. And then what is my tight end situation like? Jake Ferguson, Britton Strange, and Mike Gesicki. That's my weakest part of the team. I really thought about going for tight ends to help this, but I wanted a KC wide receiver just in case, and I thought Slicer's out. He has a chance. If Rashee Rice, let's say something happens, because it's Rashee Rice, something always happens, and Worthy sucks, they might be looking for a third wide receiver, especially if they struggle. If we're not going to playoffs, they might want to give the rookie more work, and he could be something that is more valuable towards the end. So I'm okay with that. And then my QBs are the absolute strongest of the team: Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes, Jackson Dart. That's probably the best QBs in the whole league. So this is how you pivot. This is just how you pivot. This is going to happen to you very often. You're going to have to work through how to make the team salvageable whenever it does happen. And I don't think this team is dead at all. That's the team. Just kind of wanted to do a video on how to pivot, on how to stay thinking, don't give up, just keep on drafting. And hopefully I see you guys in best balls. Later.